In Nomadland, Surviving America in the 21st Century, Jessica Bruder uncovers the hidden lives of a growing class of Americans who have fallen through the cracks of the economy and created an alternative way of living, one that is at once heartbreaking, resourceful, and deeply American. The book follows a generation of people, mostly older adults, who lost their homes, savings, or jobs during the Great Recession and found themselves forced to live in vans, RVs, and cars. Far from romanticizing van life, Bruder reveals a subculture shaped by economic desperation and fierce resilience. Through immersive reporting and intimate portraits, she challenges the myth of the American dream and lays bare the instability at the heart of modern capitalism. The central figure of the book is Linda May, a 60-something grandmother who, despite decades of working, finds herself unable to afford rent or retire. Her story echoes those of countless others Bruder meets on the road, former teachers, nurses, real estate agents, and factory workers who now live houseless rather than homeless. Linda and others like her join a nomadic workforce that travels across the country in search of seasonal jobs, Amazon warehouses, sugar beet harvests, camp hosting, amusement parks. They are not drifters by choice but by necessity, chasing survival through grueling labor and radical frugality. Bruder embeds herself in the community, buying a van and living alongside nomads for months. This ethnographic approach allows her to witness their routines, struggles, and moments of joy firsthand. She describes the campsites and desert gatherings where nomads trade tips on rig maintenance and share soup over fires. She explores how they adapt their vehicles, turning them into makeshift homes with solar panels, composting toilets, and clever storage solutions. The lifestyle is often romanticized in mainstream culture, but Bruder shows the other side: breakdowns, extreme weather, loneliness, and the constant fear of running out of gas or money. A key focus of the book is the rise of the precariat, a class of people living with chronic economic insecurity. Most nomads are white and older, often in their 50s or 60s, and were once part of the middle class. They lost everything due to medical bills, layoffs, divorces, or the 2008 housing crisis. They are too young to retire but too old to compete in a youth-driven job market. Their stories defy the stereotype of the lazy or reckless poor. These are people who played by the rules and still lost. Their experiences expose the brittleness of the safety nets many assume will catch them. Amazon's Camperforce program is one of the book's most haunting elements. Bruder details how Amazon recruits nomads for seasonal warehouse work, offering short-term contracts during peak holiday periods. Workers are lured with free campsites and decent hourly wages, but the work is physically punishing: 12-hour shifts, endless walking, strict time quotas. Many are in their 60s or 70s, with aching joints and chronic pain, but they keep working because the alternative is starvation or complete destitution. Amazon, Bruder suggests, exploits this desperation while presenting itself as generous. The contrast is stark: high-tech corporate wealth built on aging bodies in mobile homes. Throughout the book, Bruder draws attention to the psychological toll of life on the margins. Many nomads suffer from depression, anxiety, and a sense of abandonment. They are not just disconnected from housing, they are disconnected from social systems, healthcare, and family networks. But in this harsh landscape, they form new bonds. There's a deep sense of community among the nomads, forged by shared hardship and mutual aid. They help each other find work, fix vehicles, and navigate bureaucracy. In a society that often treats aging as invisibility, these individuals reclaim agency and dignity through each other. Bruder also critiques how American society treats aging and retirement. Pensions have eroded, social security often isn't enough, and retirement is increasingly a myth for the working class. Many of the people she meets expected to slow down, not speed up, in their later years. Instead, they live in a state of permanent hustle, constantly moving between job sites, calculating gas mileage, and rationing groceries. This contradiction, elders in the richest country in the world living out of vans and cleaning toilets to survive, is the moral center of the book. It forces readers to confront the cost of a system built on efficiency and profit at the expense of human well-being. At the same time, Bruder highlights the nomad's ingenuity and spirit. Many take pride in their minimalist lifestyle and ability to adapt. They speak of freedom from consumer culture, from mortgages, from traditional expectations. There is a frontier-like ethos that runs through the camps, a sense of grit, independence, and make-do creativity. Some even express a sense of liberation, finding purpose in the challenge of living on their own terms. Yet Bruder carefully balances this with the reality: freedom, in this context, often arises out of necessity, not choice. The book explores themes of invisibility and erasure. Mobile homes are often seen as symbols of failure, and those who live in them are pushed to the edges, physically and socially. Nomads are often forced to hide from police, move frequently due to anti-camping ordinances, and face public stigma. They exist in a legal and cultural gray zone. Bruder documents how this marginalization is quietly growing. Municipalities criminalize homelessness, even as more Americans slide into it. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed, but for the benefit of the few. Bruder's writing is grounded in empathy and precision. She doesn't romanticize or pity the nomads, she listens to them. She captures their voices with clarity, respect, and nuance. Her reporting is rigorous, but her prose is lyrical and immersive. The book reads as both a call to awareness and an act of witnessing. It doesn't offer easy solutions because the problems it reveals are structural, not personal. Instead, it demands that readers see these people, really see them, and ask what kind of society allows this to happen. What makes Nomadland so powerful is its ability to tell both a personal and systemic story. The individuals Bruder profiles, Linda, Bob Wells, Swanky, are unforgettable. Their lives are shaped by forces far beyond their control, but their responses are deeply human. They build, adapt, and endure. At the same time, their stories expose the fragility of the American economy and the lie that hard work alone guarantees security. By the end, the reader is left with a complicated picture. There's dignity, solidarity, and even joy in the nomad's world. But there's also pain, isolation, and injustice. Bruder doesn't ask us to judge, but to bear witness, and to question what it means to live a good life in a country where housing, healthcare, and stability are increasingly out of reach. The book doesn't advocate van life, it warns us what happens when the dream of stability collapses and millions are left to fend for themselves on the road.